This one specific mindset is a game changer. I've worked with thousands of some of the most successful people, and they have this mindset. And it not only leads to more wealth and success, but it leads to more joy and happiness. Are you ready for it? All right. It is having a loose grip on money. The thing is, many people think, well, I need to grip it tight. I need to do everything I can to build wealth, when in reality, the opposite is true. The more you can have a loose grip on money, the more money tends to flow and through you. For so many years, as I was scaling, growing companies, I had a tight grip. I wanted to make sure I didn't lose money. I wanted to make sure I kept as much of it as I can. I was not very generous with my money. And I had a big aha that happened when I realized that if I grip on the money, and if I have a scarcity mindset with money, and I have this grip, that God is going to be more likely to try to get me to remove the grip on money, because where does He want my grip to be on? He wants my grip to be on Him, on God. And so if my grip is not on God and it is on money, my belief is that He's going to find a way to open my grip and allow those things to be removed. So I intentionally keep a very loose grip on money. So what does that mean? It means I'm not worried about money. There's a Bible verse that talks about no one can serve two masters. You probably heard it. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. Are you too devoted to building wealth? Are you too devoted to holding on to your money? You cannot serve both God and money. God wants our grip to only be on Him. And so there are two different ways that you can have a tight grip on money. Number one is greed, where you are constantly focused on being rich, on being wealthy, on creating wealth, where you are completely devoted to that. And where you're looking for any means and any ways to generate wealth. And that's where your primary focus is. And you can probably experience that greed, the feeling of greed that may show up even in your body. So there's greed. The second one is fear. The fear of losing money is just as bad as the greed that comes with achieving more. So if you are afraid to lose wealth, to lose money, to lose the wealth and the things that you have, that is a tight grip on money. So the best way, the most effective mindset to have is to have a loose grip where you are not worried about losing the things that you have. Right? I have a nice house. We have our dream house. I have nice cars. We have a lot of nice things. And if God was to take them all away at any moment, I would be completely fine. Like, I have a loose grip, and I purposely keep a loose grip because I know if I'm too worried or if I hold the grip too tight, He's going to find a way to pry these hands off of that fear of losing the money. And so I want to challenge you to step into a new mindset of a loose grip on your finances, a loose grip on money, and allow the money to flow through. That increases generosity. The more you are willing to give, that also shows that you have a loose grip. If you are not tithing and you are not giving money away, that may be a sign of a tight grip. Someone that is very generous tends to have a loose grip on money. And some of the most wealthy men that I've seen that just produce, I know a guy, he runs a $65 million company, tons of money flowing through. He has a very loose grip on the things he buys, what he gives away. He's just very loose with his money. Now, that's not to say that you are not thoughtful and diligent and a good steward of the money. You can have a loose grip on money, meaning you're not afraid of losing it, but also be a good steward of it, where you're intentional, you're thoughtful with where you invest it, you're not wasteful with money. However, you still have a loose grip. So you want to have a loose grip, but you also want to be a good steward and diligent with the way that you operate within the wealth in your life, or lack of wealth as you start to gain some wealth. Now, this same mindset applies to everything else in life. What about having a loose grip on your business? What about having a loose grip on some key relationships? The more that you can allow God to be the one who reigns over your life and you don't worry about anything else, right, except following Christ and loving Him, that starts to show that you trust God with your life. I trust Christ with my life. Therefore, I don't need to worry about my wife. I don't need to worry about my kids, my finances, my business, opportunities, partnerships. I want to remove all my health, I want to remove all of my worries, show God that I have a loose grip on those things. The only thing that is gripped and that He wants gripped in our hands is Him. So learn to operate with a loose grip for the things in your life.